Check, check. Check, check.
Check, check, check.
Check, 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 check.
Check, 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 check.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Check, check. Welcome to Loyola Blakefield here on Jerry Savage Court as we got a varsity basketball matchup between the Glenelg County Dragons and the Loyola Blakefield Dons. Loyola's coming off a loss away at Gilman in overtime, and Glenelg is coming off an away victory to Calvert Hall. Jackson, what do you think Loyola's going to have to do to win this game?
Yeah, Andy, I think the keys for Loyola is going to be to stop number 35, Dang Jock. He's a senior at 7 feet tall, so anything in the paint is going to be his. So they're going to have to limit his rebounds and his points in the paint. They're also going to have to stop number 21. He's a deep threat. Patrick Curtin, 41% from three. I think it's important that they can limit his three-point shots and contain the ball to the other players on the court.
Yep, and Glenelg, number one in the MIAA, I think it's Black Division. What do you think they're going to have to do to come out with a win today?
Well, they're going to have to limit number one, Mason Ellison. They have to stop the three-point shot from him. He leads the MIAA with 1,502 points, and it's also a Loyola Blakefield school record. They're also going to have to get the ball inside the paint to get it to Dang Jock and control the game early by slowing down themselves and playing at their own pace.
All right, as we're just about ready for tip-off here, Loyola starting lineups: the freshman Terry Brooks, the senior Mason Allison, the junior Jesse Legree, the senior Carter Palmer, and the senior Joe Nottingham. And as we said, we wanted to give a huge congratulations to Mason Allison on hitting the school record points, 1,502, as Glenelg starts the game with a tip, and we are ready to go here at Loyola. Glenelg working the ball there, gets it inside. It's Terry Brooks. We'll bring it up first for the Dons to Jesse Legree. Loyola working the ball well here, as we said. Need to work that ball in order to win the game. Carter with the rebound, out to Mason Ellison. Shot clock expires, hits the rim.
Yeah, as you can see, Mason Ellison.
Oh, he's a real deep threat. Number 21, Patrick Curtin. He's going to really dictate the three-point line this game. And of course, they do have Den Jock in the middle to get those rebounds. So hopefully, Loyola can find their way around them. Starting off a little slow here. Palmer misses long.
Glenelg has been able to control the rebounds and in the paint so far, just not letting Loyola get anything going after missed shots.
Legree pulls up, short. Here comes Glenelg. And in goes Ronald Alford, senior.
Yeah, as you said, they just need to limit what Glenelg is doing.
There we go. Patrick Curtin showing his presence, driving to the hoop.
As I mentioned earlier, Patrick Curtin is one of Glenelg's greatest players, not just from three, but he can also drive inside the net.
Here he pulls up, just long. As there we go. Loyola gets a rebound. Out to Mason Ellison. Mason Ellison drives. On the floor, foul on Donovan Marshburn.
That's another thing Glenelg is going to have to do a good job of, as the Loyola Dons are good free throw shooters. They're going to have to limit those shooting fouls and keep the ball to Loyola's hands as much as possible.
Mason Ellison goes up there, gets fouled by Donovan Marshburn again, and Mason Ellison is on the line. Currently shooting 76% from the line. Let's see if he can put two down here. First one a bit long.
And Mason Ellison, one of their top free throw shooters, third best on the team so far this year. So a rare miss for him.
Puts down the second one. Loyola starting off a little slow here. Glenelg kind of dictating here, up by 8. As Ronald Alford goes in, misses, and it's just put back up by Jalen Baker. They've got two big presence. They have two big guys, big presence in that paint. It's gonna be tough for Loyola to get these rebounds. But as long as they are working the ball well and take their shots wisely, I don't think they're gonna have a problem getting those rebounds. So they're working the ball well here. Ellison drives, just long.
If Loyola's going to have any chance of winning this game, Ellison's going to have to put up some points.
Pass a little long there. Loyola's ball at the baseline. Into the game, Marlon Williams coming back from injury, in for Terry Brooks. Marlon is a real game changer. Hasn't played much because of his injury. Taking out Terry, who's a great three shooter. As Ellison flicks the ball there in the paint to Carter Palmer. Carter Palmer puts it up, and Loyola gets more points.
Ronald Alford has been a big part of this Glenelg offense so far, bringing the ball up the court.
And there we go. Talk about Patrick Curtin. He puts a 3 down there, extends the lead to 11.
Loyola's going to have to get some big-time plays in order to come back, because they can just not stop this offense.
Stolen by Jacob Williams. Jacob Williams goes up. Fouled by Carter Palmer.
Loyola's going to have to do as little fouling as possible, because they can't stop this Glenelg offense as it is. They're going to need to keep as many points from them as possible.
Puts the first one down there. As Terry Brooks goes in for Legree. As he puts the second one down. Also into the game for Loyola. Oh wait, hold on. Joe Nottingham has been in the game. Let's see if they can get the ball to him in the paint. But I don't think that's gonna happen much because of Dang Jacques' presence. As Williams drives, kick, Palmer, short. Comes Patrick Curtin. Patrick Curtin down. There goes Jacob Williams. Jacob Williams is fouled by Ellison. And Williams goes back to the line.
Jacob Williams is a junior, but he's shot these free throws very well so far today, 3 for 3.
And puts the second one down. Here comes Loyola, down by 14. Let's see if they can make something happen here as Marlon Williams brings up the ball. He drives, in the paint, kicks out. Tapped out there by Glenelg. It's going to be Loyola ball on the side. Terry Brooks will inbound for Loyola. And they get the ball in with Marlin. Williams drives and is stuffed, turning into a jump ball. It will be Loyola's ball because of alternating possession as Glenelg got the ball from the tip. Terry Brooks will bring it in again. Back out to Marlon Williams. Short for Mason Ellison. Glenelg just getting these rebounds. Like we were talking about, taking your shots wisely. And they're just dominating as Jalen Baker goes up from the free throw line there.
I think Loyola is going to have to get the ball into their shooters' hands and take as many shots as possible because they're already down by 17.
Terry Brooks misses. Joe Nottingham goes back up with the rebound. Strong and in. Ronald Alford bringing it down here for Glenelg, guarded by Terry Brooks. Working the ball in. And there he is, Jalen Baker once again putting that up.
Jalen Baker showing off his size just right over the head of the Loyola defenders.
Marlon Williams drives and short for Ayo Olfantila. It's picked up by Olfantila. Back in, just misses for Terry Brooks. Terry Brooks tries to put it down to Joe Nottingham on the baseline.
Terry Brooks.
Tipped by Glenelg's player.
Terry Brooks, only a freshman, but he is on fire this year. 175 points so far in only his freshman season in 18 games. He's shooting very well for Loyola.
It's gotten out by Mason Ellison. Mason Ellison driving, looking for a teammate here. And is just nowhere to go past those defenders as Legree gets his hand on it. Doesn't do much as Marlon Williams steals the ball there from the pass in the middle. Oh, and Mason Ellison just misses off of a beautiful spin move there in the paint. Here comes Patrick Curtin. Curtin drives, and he gets it. Nothing that Ayo Olfantila can do there.
Good move by, and Terry Brooks puts it up for two.
Curtin gets the ball, misses off the iron. Legree gets the rebound. Legree coming down. Ellison driving. Oh, and rims are around for the foul.
Mason Ellison can't seem to get anything to fall tonight. He's having a couple good shots, but they're just rimming around the rim.
Jacob Williams there with the foul as Ellison will go to the line. 1 and 2 start from the free throw line. As we get a sub here for Loyola, in comes Caleb Haysbert, pulled up from the JV team. He's played 12 games with the JV team with a 15-point average. Out of the game goes Ilo Olfantila. 183 points for Caleb. Let's see if he can add a little spice to this Loyola offense.
Another freshman on the court here just shows the Loyola athleticism throughout all 4 years of high school.
As it goes inside, kicked out. Three seconds in the paint there for Glenelg. Malachi Jones comes in the game, unable to make a difference there. As Loyola comes out with the rebound. Still down decently with under a minute left here in this fourth quarter. Legree calling for the pick. Out to Terry Brooks, into Marlon Williams. Marlon Williams drives. Legree. Mason Ellison. The top. Legree pulls up. Just off. As here comes Glenelg as they're trying to slow it here. Control this last few seconds. Down 15 seconds here. Curtin's looking to pull up here maybe. Pulls up, and wow. It's just amazing. He's so composed when he goes up. Just has pinpoint accuracy as the first quarter comes to a close. Welcome back here for the start of the second quarter. If you're just joining us, Glenelg dominating the first quarter with a 19-point margin to Loyola, as we've seen a lot of defensive talent and offensive talent from Glenelg as they'll start the ball off here in the second quarter.
As you can see at the end of the first quarter, they really slowed the game down, went back to their own pace, and just capitalized off of every single one of Loyola's mistakes.
Loyola gets the steal there. In comes Terry Brooks. At the point, trying to run a play here. Palmer, down low, just working the ball well. That's what we talked about. If they can separate this Glenelg defense and get those three-point opportunities, they might be able to get this game a little closer. As Legree pulls up and shoots it from the wing. Beautiful three-pointer. We've seen it a lot from him. Hitting 51 3-points this year. Glenelg just dominating in the paint, and in goes Jalen Baker for the basket. Trapped in the corner here. He can get out. Finds Terry. And he's fouled. Caden Leggett there. Caden Leggett with the foul. A little bit of pushing there.
Terry Brooks showing off his strong ball movement and agility. He's not just a good shooter, but he's able to move around and find open passes, which is a very advanced thing for a freshman to be able to do on varsity.
Marlon Williams takes it in the backcourt, brings it up, and it's stolen by Patrick Curtin. He comes down, and he drives strong, but is fouled. Looked like he got clipped in the leg as he went up. That's Legree with the hit. And Curtin will go to the line. Makes both there. Gap gets to 20 here. Loyola's gonna have to make something happen if they want to get back in this game. Legree trying to make it happen. Kicks out. Lots of ball movement, but Glenelg's on it. Kicked out by Drew Harris into Patrick Curtin as they put up two more.
Yeah. Loyola knows that they're going to be unable to stop this Glenelg offense, especially in the paint. So they're going to have to make something happen with the guys that they have.
Terry Brooks kicks it out to Carter Palmer. Palmer into Nottingham. Can Nottingham do anything with the 7-foot guys? Don't think so. They're just working the ball well out on this three-point line. Getting across the field as it's thrown out of bounds by Loyola. Ref says it will be Glenelg's ball. And out of the game goes Marlon Williams. And into the game is Mason Ellison. Yep. Working the ball well here for Glenelg. As Curtin's just off, and Malachi Jones with the putback.
Joe Nottingham was up in there, had hands all in there, but with 7-foot dang jock, there's no way he's gonna be able to get that rebound.
As Mason Ellison tries to drive there, but gets player control fouled. Can't run the guy while he's in defensive position. Well done there. Well done there by the Glenelg defender to set and drawing the foul. Working the ball well here for Glenelg. Getting into the corners. Doesn't look like Loyola's trying to guard that three, but it might pay as Malachi Jones is just short. But they're coming down here. Ellison tries to drive on Dang Jock, and he can, but gets swiped away by Patrick Curtin. Patrick Curtin's really making a difference for this Glenelg team.
Into the game, Bennett Cook, the junior guard at 5'11". He might have to be an important part of this Loyola offense.
Into Dang Jock here, driving on Carter Palmer. Nothing Palmer can do, but he gets a little tip on it. Blocks it before it goes in. Ellison drives, pulls up just over the basket. Curtin with the ball here into Dang Jock. Nottingham, can't do anything there. Loyola bench looking for travel there. Won't get it as Dang Jock puts another one into the paint. Oh, Terry Brooks gets swatted at there. Doesn't hit him, doesn't hit the ball, but disrupts him from making the basket there. Mason Ellison fouling there. Unlucky. As Marlon Williams will come into the game for Mason Ellison. That is Mason's third foul. Trying to make sure he doesn't foul out here as Patrick Curtin is just to the left. Working the ball where? Well, it's up. A little short there for Bennett Cook. He's hit a few three-pointers this year. He's only played in 5 games this year, but looks like he can shoot the ball, might be able to relieve some of these Loyola guys, maybe put a few points.
Maybe he's what this Loyola offense needs. Just some of their starters are in a drought right now. Only 13 points all game.
Will be taking out at the baseline by Terry Brooks. Puts it in with ease to Marlon Williams. Marlon Williams drives over Dang Jock, and it trickles out. Here comes Glenelg. Oh, Patrick Curtin just short. Oh, and it's stolen by Ronald Alford. He can't put it back up there.
Good heads-up awareness rebound by Bennett Cook.
Glenelg controlling the pace of this game. And that's what we were talking about in the beginning of this game. They're going to have to take their shots well because rebounds might not go their way on the offensive side, but not really doing it here as they're just pounding them in the paint as Jalen Baker goes up again. It's a really good combination there in the paint of Dane Jock and Jalen Baker.
Glenelg has been able to triple Loyola's points. Loyola's going to need to get something going here with only 2:15 left in the second quarter.
Carter Palmer drives right before Dane Jock. Jock able to make his presence known, and he's just short. Loyola tries to trap Ronald Alford, but he's able to get it into Dane Jock. There's 3 guys on Dane Jock, and he's able to get it out to Ronald Alford.
That's the kind of heads-up playing Loyola's going to need to have. Realized Dane Jock was in the paint and double-teamed and was able to steal the ball temporarily before he was able to put it back up. But if Loyola isn't going to be able to stop them, they're going to need to play smarter than them.
Working it well. Here goes Marlon Williams, just long. As Glenelg's just dominating these rebounds as Patrick Curtin drives down the court. Curtin goes up. Ronald Alford tries the putback and is fouled. Foul goes on to Bennett Cook. And here's Ronald Alford from the line. Sinks the first one, and we'll get a few subs here. In for Loyola, Caleb Herbstreet and Io Alfantilla into the game for Glenelg, Donovan Marshburn, and M.B. Berry. Going with a bigger package here, taking out Dane Jock for another big guy in M.B. Berry. It looks like they've got 4 guys that are going to be able to get the ball into the paint, just dominate. Very tall package right now for Glenelg. As Terry Brooks hits one from 3.
As I said earlier, Terry Brooks, a great shooter from long. They're going to have to, they seem like they're getting him involved like they have to in order to come back in this game.
40 seconds left in the second quarter. Glenelg trying to make something happen. Off the face of Donovan Marshburn. It's a little scuffle down there as Marlon Williams tries to drive. Looks like Marshburn's a little slow to get up here, as he'll take a foul, and it'll be taken out at the baseline. Marlon Williams, like we said, coming back from injury. Let's hope re-injury doesn't happen as he gets tripped up there. Looking physically tired for Marlon Williams, but still making a little bit of a difference here. Is able to control the ball when they take it out at the top. Put up by Alfantilla, taken out, and then put back for Terry Brooks, who misses. As we got 5 seconds left in the half. Glenelg trying to get a shot up. Leggett misses just to the side, and that is halftime here at Loyola Blakefield. Glenelg currently dominating and winning 43-16. It's just hope Loyola can make a little bit of a difference going into the second half. Welcome back to Loyola Blakefield. I'm still Andy McHugh, and beside me is still Jackson Elger as we come into the second half here. If you're just tuning in with us, Loyola is getting dominated by Glenelg, 43-16. Loyola starts in with Terry Brooks, Joe Nottingham, Carter Palmer, and Mason Ellison, and Marlon Williams. Legree started, not starting the second half. Carter Palmer tries to put one up. It doesn't go anywhere. Glenelg dominating the paint here. Jang Da gets the rebound. Scuffle at the rim. And Patrick Curtin puts it down. Terry Brooks catches Glenelg off guard, trying to get a fast break going. Marlon Williams tries to put it to Palmer. Palmer is not ready for it.
That play almost summarizes Loyola's whole game. They just haven't been able to put 2 and 2 together. They can get there, but they can't put the ball in the hoop, or they can't make the correct pass, and it's cost them the whole game.
Terry Brooks, corner 3, misses. It's rebounded by Donovan Marshburn. As Marshburn coming down the court, no one on him, and he travels. Got to slow down there for Glenelg. As we talked in the beginning of the game, they've been controlling the ball really well, absolutely dominating, up 30-ish here. They've been really able to control it. That's this part of slowing down. Terry Brooks drives and misses. As here comes Patrick Curtin. Hits it under the rim, but gets fouled on the way as Nottingham gets the foul called on him as we'll go to the line.
Glenelg been pretty good from the line today. Only missing maybe 1 free throw, so they're gonna capitalize on these opportunities, and Loyola can't be giving them.
As Patrick Curtin puts 2 down, extending the lead here. Just nothing Loyola can do with these 2 big guys on the field. 35, Dan Jock, and number 1, Jalen Baker.
I'm gonna call the foul on Ronald Alford as Loyola get the ball back.
Loyola working the ball around the 3. Mason Ellison trying to drive, steps back, and it rims out.
Mason Ellison not getting anything to fall today. They're going to need to get him to score some points if they think they have any chance of coming back in this game.
That's going up strong there and getting the and one as Joe Nottingham fouls Patrick Curtin. Patrick Curtin's just been outstanding this game. He's really been able to drive to the hoop. He's not just a 3-point threat, he's a paint threat. And he's just been banging these free throws.
Patrick Curtin is a freshman, so he's been really performing well today. My apologies, he's a senior, but still performing greatly during this matchup.
Marlon Williams at the line, puts one down. Marlon Williams has been a real difference maker in this Loyola offense. Was coming back from injury, hasn't really had the best year. But he puts the other one down. Loyola just trying to keep a reasonable differential.
He's shooting 68% from the line, and Loyola's whole team does not do too bad from the line, as Dang Jock throws one down.
Joe Nottingham gets it out top, looking for the three. Not his type of shot, as he tries to drive on Dang Jock, doesn't do much. Drives out to Ellison. Ellison drives. Oh, and wow. Just puts spin on the ball, and he's able to get it from the backboard as he gets the and one.
Mason Ellison, such a game-changing player for this Loyola team. Once he gets on, it'll be a completely different ball game.
As Iowa Fontilla comes in the game, Bennett Cook comes in the game, and Jesse Legree comes in the game for Loyola.
Mason Ellison shooting 76% from the line. He just can't flick that ball off his hand as he usually can, as he misses his first free throw.
As Alfred comes up long there. Patrick Curtin has all time and misses short. It's pretty rare with that amount of time for him to miss like that. As Loyola's got in the corner. Terry Brooks driving and is able to put it over Dang Jock. Like we've said, Terry is a freshman. He's been having a wonderful season with 27 from 2, as once again Patrick Curtin, a name we've said so often in this game, puts another 3 down. Ellison drives and gets fouled. Io off until it tries to give it to Terry Brooks, but it gets defended off by Patrick Curtin. Well, it takes the ball out of bounds again. Mason Ellison, spin moving, skill moves, step backs, drives. He can do all of it. But nothing coming up there for him as he kicks the ball out of bounds, trying to get his own rebound.
Just shows why he's such a good player. He misses the shot and fights for his own rebound ridiculously hard. Just shows how much this team means to him and how he's not gonna just give up give up a ball.
Yeah, once again, as we said, Mason Ellison in the last game against Bethel, he gets Loyola's, he gets 1,500 points and makes him the school's now all-time leading scorer. Such a great feat for such a great player. As he's a senior, so he'll be going off to Delaware next year. The Blue Hens, as Terry steals the ball. It's worked around, but Legree unable to do anything with the 3. And it's just all in the paint here for Glenelg, just dominating. Nothing they can do, Loyola.
Jesse Legree, such a great three-point shooter. Rare miss for him. He has 51 on the season.
As Terry Brooks drives, and once again, just Terry coming in as a freshman, made such a great impact for this Loyola team, not just from 3. He's just like a smaller version of Patrick Curtin. Patrick Curtin is such a great player for Glenelg, and Terry's such a great player for Loyola. It's cool to see these two matched up with great skill. As Patrick Curtin's just been having an awesome game for Glenelg because he pulls up here just off. And rebound by Den Jock. Rebound by Den Jock there. Curtin tries to put it back up. Nothing going. And Jalen Baker gets fouled going up.
Loyola playing much better in the second half than they were in the first half. held Glenelg to not as nearly as many points as they did in the first half of this game, and they've been able to score as well.
As it rims around and in for Jalen Baker. Not much of a contest here, unfortunately, here at Loyola Blakefield. Glenelg's just been dominating from the paint with their 2 7-foot beasts there in the paint. And Patrick Curtin, of course, just 3 and from the field goal. Just he's a great player as Loyola throws the ball out of bounds there. Marlon Williams goes through his legs. Just unfortunate for Loyola. As Patrick Curtin there fumbles the ball-ish and runs into a few fans. Looks like the fans are all right, though. Terry Brooks tries to make something happen. Nothing going for him.
Shows off his athletic skills again, just moving throughout the court with ease, making Glenelg defenders fall. He is also a fantastic shooter too. It's just an all-around player that really has a big impact on this team.
Drew Harris there trying to go up with the ball, but travels. Couldn't keep his pivot in the same place. As Jalen Baker swats Marlon Williams. Marlon Williams looking for the foul. Nothing going, but it'll be out on Glenelg as Legree takes the ball out from the baseline.
In comes Caleb Haysbert again. Who's going to be that tall guy in the paint that's going to have to get these rebounds that Loyola just can't seem to get with some of their other players over these Glenelg beasts in the paint.
As Williams fouls Ellison on the way up. Ellison will get 2 shots here, misses the first one. Ellison able to go 50 on the free throws there. It's just not enough to put this game down. Curtin tries to step back from 3, just misses. Crowd trying to get Loyola to get those rebounds. Just those 2 guys there, it's not going, but Caleb Haysbert pulled up from the JV team, does get the rebound as Terry Brooks throws it off a Glenelg player, Jordan Alford.
In now comes Eddie Webb and Carter Palmer into the game. Eddie Webb, a 6'3" senior.
He's played in 3 games this season. Most of them, all of his points come in from inside the 3-point line. As Terry Brooks tries to throw it to Mason Ellison, but it's hit out of bounds by Glenelg. Got a minute here in the 3rd quarter as Ellison tries to put one up, just short.
A rebound there for Eddie Webb. He saw that shot go up and immediately took off to the inside. Was able to win the rebound over Drew Harris.
Yeah, as he's going up, he gets pulled from the back here. Guys in the Boosters Club here cheering Eddie Webb on. He doesn't get much playing time, but true character on the court. As Eddie Webb sinks the second. As we're under a minute in this third quarter. Glenelg has just been able to get the ball down the court so fast. Loyola's unable to mark up, and Eddie Webbs gets the steal and gets pushed from behind.
Eddie Webb making stuff happen right now. And another set of throws for him.
Just 1-1. As in the game, Dane Jock for Glenelg and Colin Clevinger for Loyola.
Eddie Webb, 50% from the line tonight.
Alford drives around his pick. Not able to make anything happen, 30 seconds. As Williams is able to weave his way through the Loyola defenders and puts one up. This game is starting to become a little bit of a larger margin than Loyola would want. As Ellison trying to control with as much time as they have, as Caleb just unable to do anything. As we've reached the fourth quarter of this game, Loyola's down 61-27 to Glenelg. We'll be back. Welcome back here to the fourth quarter of this Glenelg-Loyola matchup. Not much going for Loyola as they're down about 40 points. It's just Glenelg dominating the entire game from the paint and from the three. As we talked about in the game, Patrick Curtin has been Glenelg's biggest playmaker here, as they're able to work the ball well, especially with these picks. As Dane Jock goes up, just not able to put it down as he gets fouled. Eddie Webb will be credited with the foul there as Dane Jock goes to the line.
Can't make the first one fall.
Yeah, and with this height, you would think, since he's a little closer to the basket, he would be able to put him down as he misses both. But it's rebounded by Curtin, and Curtin gets it again. Curtin driving. Oh, and it's just no look into the basket. He's just, oh my gosh. It's just, he can do anything, really. Loyola working the ball, trying to get it in. Past Dane Jock, Io. Wolfentilla gets fouled while trying to go up on Jock. And Jock will pick up the foul.
Glenelg, a lot of fouls tonight. They were thinking going into the game, they got to keep the foul count lower if they want to win. They haven't really done that so far.
As Ellison misses short, Loyola unable to get the rebound as Glenelg is just dominating as Williams puts it down. No, that's not Williams, that's Jalen Baker. He'll put it down. You can just see the presence of these big men on the court. Don't even need to jump much to get to that rim. So Loyola's not giving up here, still driving. Mason Ellison just along. Mason Ellison not with a great game today. Just a little better game from him. He's really the heart of this Loyola offense. Lots of points this year. 532 points as Carter goes up and gets fouled once again by Dang Jock. As into the game comes Bennett Cook and Terry Brooks for Loyola as Carter puts his first one down. And Glenelg will take it out of bounds. A little bit of confusion there, trying to determine if he did get the and one, which he did get the and one, so he would get one shot as Williams trips. Two Loyola guys on him, and the timeout is taken by Glenelg. We'll take a quick break. As we're back from a timeout break, and Loyola's down by 35. Glenelg getting a little tied up there, but taking the timeout, they'll keep the ball, and they'll take it out at their sideline. As Jalen Baker puts it into Dang Jock. Dang Jock once again dunks it. As Terry Brooks looks for a three. It's not there. And Glenelg gets the ball back quickly. There's a tie-up foul there by Iowa Fintilla. And Glenelg will take it out on the baseline.
Bit of a long shot to walk away with the win here, but what do you think Loyola can learn from this game after the large loss to Glenelg?
As Dang Jock blocks him but gets a foul there. I really think Loyola's hasn't had a great game. I think they're gonna learn a lot from this. But not much they can do with two big guys in the middle of the court there. But really, it's just that they gotta play as a team a lot more. They're taking shots when they don't need to take shots. It's got to be working on rebounding. It's got to be working on shot selection, and it's got to be working on these picks. So Glenelg has destroyed them with the picks. They've just been able to do nothing after they pick. As Curtin, once again, having an amazing game as they get to 70 after his three-pointer. Mason Ellison tries to go up, but gets fouled again. And that's Dang Jock once again, and that is his fourth. So one more, and he'll be out of the game. They'll be taking correction. That is his fifth. That's Dang Jock's 5th. As he's out of the game now. Key player, but I don't think will make much of a difference in this game. As Luke Balanis comes in for him. Hasn't got a minute in this game. As Terry Brooks passes it from the baseline. Bennett Cook not unable to put it down, but Palmer is able to put it back up. As Loyola will take a timeout here. Jackson, it's been a blowout game, but Loyola will learn a lot from this. So I just wanted to say, what do you think Loyola's going to learn from this?
Well, I think we are going to have to learn to incorporate the three-pointer and to foul as least as possible. They haven't had too many fouls today, but fouls, and fortunately those fouls haven't cost them too many points. But if we keep fouling in the paint, it's gonna be a rough time to be able to come back from those free throws.
As it is math. 37-point differential. Once you get to these big numbers, it gets a little difficult. And this is Loyola's biggest separation, as they've gotten at least 50 points in every game this year. But a gap like this is, I wouldn't say unprecedented, given that Glenelg's such a super team, but unlike Loyola.
Yeah, it's been hard. They've been at a deficit the entire game, and they've definitely played better in the second half, but it's going to be difficult to come off with this big of a loss.
As Io Fantilla gets the ball and drives in for the dunk. Puts a little bit more morale into this Loyola team. As Mason Ellison blocks Patrick Curtin. And it'll result in a jump ball, Loyola ball.
Pass intercepted inside. That's just what Glenelg has been able to do all day, is capitalize off of Loyola's mistakes.
As Glenelg unable to put it down as it gets blocked. And Bennett Cook trying to be a little fancy there, going under the basket, trying to put it up behind him. But they get the rebound, and Terry Brooks hits another three. He has hit 33 three-pointers this year, and he has 175 points in total, as we get to another timeout. And we'll be back here from Jerry Savage Court. As we're back from the timeout, Glenelg will get the ball at their own baseline. Looks like Loyola's gonna give a little bit of a higher press here. So we get a new Glenelg player in the game, Anthony Donnelly, here at the point guard, taking the ball up from Glenelg.
Anthony's a sophomore, and he seems to be moving the ball pretty well so far. He could end up being an important part of this offense in games to come.
Loyola was sub here as Clevenger comes in the game, and from an earlier sub, Ono Kadiri come in the game. Just letting these guys who don't get many minutes get some playing time here in this unfortunately blowout game as Clevinger will foul.
Caden Leggett taking his second and drains it.
Loyola trying to run a play here. They've got time. Terry Brooks trying to tell him to move as he knows the plays, but many of the bench players don't really know. As Ono Kadiri tries to put one up, just short. Good drive there by Malachi Jones for Glenelg. He tries to put one up. He misses. But Glenelg gets a steal, and he tries to put another one back up and misses. As this has just been a monocosm of Loyola's game here. Unable to get the rebounds, and Glenelg just punishing them. Unable to put the points down, but with some of the starters on Glenelg, they've been putting the points down. So we've seen some action.
And on comes Eddie Webb.
Yeah,
Into the game.
Eddie's such a great player. It just sucks that he doesn't get many minutes, huh? As Ono Kadiri will be charged with a foul. As Cam Cross comes in for Glenelg. Caden Leggett looking for a three. Gets stuck in between the rim and the backboard there. Results in a Loyola possession. Terry Brooks takes the ball up. Terry Brooks, deep three, and he bangs it in.
As I said earlier, Terry Brooks, a great shooter on this Loyola team and only a freshman. He has real potential to do really well for this team throughout his years of high school.
Caden Leggett misses his first, gets the rebound, makes his second with a foul.
This Glenelg team is so relentless under the rim, getting so many rebounds, putting him straight back up.
As Leggett will make his extra shot. As Glenelg's trying to match up, but I wouldn't leave Terry Brooks without a man to guard him in as he just drives with ease. As Malachi Jones drives from the wing to the opposite block and puts one in. Caleb Haysbert doing a good job of getting in the paint as we're under a minute here in this game. Glenelg is dominating on these drives as Caden Leggett puts another one up. Loyola looking like they want this last shot as Terry Brooks trying to make something happen into Ethan Webb, and Webb gets fouled.
Webb's been powerful inside today, drawing another foul. That's his third on the day.
Yeah, just a guy with this amount of strength able to hold the ball. He's able to get the guys behind him, resulting in a foul. That's where he's got his 3 trips to the line from. As he misses and Glenelg gets free rebound as Loyola's not trying to contest. So we're down to 10 seconds in this game.
2 for 6 for Eddie Webb today. He was good from the line. One of the few shining points for Loyola in this tough loss to Glenelg Country School Dragons.
That is the end of the game here at Loyola Blakefield. 79 to 43, Glenelg will pull out with the victory. Very unfortunate loss here for Loyola. Seemed like it was gonna not go in Loyola's way going into this game. Glenelg dominating the paint. Patrick Curtin, really well done. As that's all from us here at Loyola Blakefield. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next one.